Hi there, so before we get into the video today, I just wanted to let you know that I wrote the script for this a month ago, and I haven't looked at it since, so I just thought that it would be a lot funnier if in the video today you were seeing my genuine reaction to my really shitty jokes, rather than me just reading it off like a robot. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So this video is going to be a heck of a lot different from my previous cooking video because this one is actually going to be informative. I tried to do one of these a few weeks ago, but the footage turned out to be crap even though the food looks amazing. This week's meal may not look like an Instagram photo moment, but it's still passable as edible. Before we start, be warned that I will swear a little in this video. It's for dramatic effect and the views from small children. I need a way to pay my bills. All my jokes are PG-13, so that's a thing too. Oh, and one last thing. This video is directed towards furries, my favorite kind of tumor humor. So let's begin today's video, shall we? First, we'll get our pork chop on the cutting board, ready to be prepared. This makes a meal for one because, let's face it, the majority of you watching this are incredibly single. But like all you single fur rags, you want to spice up this dish with a little oh. So let's add another pork chop to really fatten your tummies for your Telegram buddies who you're meeting at the next convention. Heck, why stop at 2? More meat for everyone. Let's make this dish a sea salt special. That's enough meat to choke a small dog, unless you're a blue and white Dalmatian. Next, we're going to add our rub. Pork goes great with garlic and lemon, so we're going to sprinkle a mixed taste of garlic, lemon powder, and freshly ground peppercorn on all sides of our chops. After that, crush sea salt's little furry heart all over each side of the pork and massage in thoroughly. Pork loves salt more than a fur tuber, so treat these lumps of meat to a massage so rough a Twitter mersuitors would be jealous. Treat these lumps of meat to a massage so rough, Twitter mersuitors would be jealous. Now, place your seasoned pork chops in Ziploc bags. Trust me, this will all make sense later. We're going to be adding 1 sprig of freshly cut lemon verbena spread out between both bags. Lemon verbena will help the lemon powder taste more fresh and fruity, plus it sounds fancy when bragging about your cooking skills. Add a generous helping of olive oil to each bag and seal, leaving a small open in the top for air to escape. Trust me, this will all make sense in like 15 seconds. Take your bags in a big pot of cold water. Slowly submerge your bags into the water, pushing all the air out through the hole you left in the top. Once your bag is submerged to the Ziploc of the Ziploc, seal your bag and remove your plastic protected meat bag, which is somehow getting more use than Tana condoms. Was that joke funny? Was it relevant to this whole furry thing? Nope, I am living for this TanaCon tea. Let me live my life. Please note this took place like immediately after TanaCon, and I thought that it was just the funniest thing ever. Anyways, take your wrapped slab of meat and hang it over the edge of the pot in the water. Make sure the bottom of the bag isn't touching the bottom of the pot and that all the meat is submerged in the water. For those of you who haven't caught on yet to what we're doing, we're cooking our pork sous vide. Because it sounds fancy, really isn't, and I can leave it in there for an hour and a half and do nothing but check the temperature and stir the water. But sous vide machines are expensive. Not if you have a stove, candy thermometers, and a wooden spoon. Put your pot on the stove and turn the heat on low. Put your thermometers, yes, thermometers, plural, in the water. Why 2? Because I don't trust just one to accurately read the water temperature. I'm cooking my chops to 145 degrees Fahrenheit in the water for an hour and a half, but they'll be ready in 45 minutes. I just want enough time to watch 2 more episodes of BoJack Horseman and make the sauce and side to go with the dish. Today's sauce is going to be a fruity, sweet and sour pepper-based sauce. We're going to use our unused lemon garlic peppercorn rub as a base and add in a little bit of soy sauce, followed by a crap ton of honey. You can always add more honey, but keep in mind that you want all the flavors to be balanced and not just taste like bee spit. Next, taste 1 sprig of pineapple sage to get the fruity flavor mixed in. You can use real pineapple, but I like pineapple sage because it's infested my garden and have no other use for it. Finally, we're going to chop our peppers. I'm using banana peppers because they're sweet and not spicy at all. I'm white, I don't want to die. I don't care for the taste of peppers personally, but their distinct sweet, mild, tangy taste makes them an excellent healthy base for a sweet and sour taste. I would insert more jokes into here, but I won't because I have no more comedic value to add to these things, and the sauce actually turned out really heckin' good. Pop that sucker onto the food processor and blend. After tasting it, I decided to add a little basil and aniseed to balance the sweetness from the honey. It worked well. Now we're going to make our side dish, potatoes. For some reason, this staple food of Ireland that was raped from America and yes, I can say that, rape has multiple definitions, you Tumblr abusing oppression file, is back in America after we raped the Irish, both definitions used here, sadly, for it back. Good thing I wasn't banking on monetizing this video, Jesus Christ. Potatoes are in every dish, thanks to McDonald's fries. Not only that, but nobody knows how to cook fucking potatoes. They're easy to do, and plenty of restaurants prepare them well, but I've seen far too many home cooks say, "These potatoes are scrumptious," and they hand me a plate of over-seasoned vegetables, colder than my heart and denser than the cook. Honestly, I love cooking them because they're super easy in my opinion. Dice them up and put them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and Italian seasoning. I think where most people go wrong is they turn up the stove hotter than a whorehouse on nickel night and only the outside of the things cook while the inside is left cold and dense. Low heat for 10 to 15 minutes with continual flipping is the way to go if you want perfect stovetop potatoes. And that's the last piece of ventish advice I'm going to give. Sorry for the lack of funny content there, it's just the whole nobody can cook a lump of starch thing kind of triggers me a little. Once I checked to see if they were good, I put them on the back burner while I prepared the meats. After 45 minutes or so, take the bags out of the pot and rinse them down with cold water to cool them off. Place the bags in your freezer with your late night ice cream until it's cooled down. This is so you can touch the pork without burning your hands, and so when you pan sear them, you don't overcook the chops past their already perfect point. Remember, we're just searing them so that they have that nice crisp crunch on the outside. Once cold, take the meat out and pick off all that green shit. It's good for flavor, but you're not actually gonna eat it. You're not a fucking rabbit. Leave the lettuce as food our food can eat. Pop your pork on a pan with oil already added that's been preheated on a medium-high temperature. Fry evenly on both sides for 5 minutes each. Now this is the part where I really got scared because I hate frying things. I love fried foods, but hot oil scares the hell out of me. Half the time I was watching Jenna Marbles in the corner making sure the oil didn't splash so much it caused an oil fire. Which, by the way, it almost did, and it actually terrified me. After 20 minutes of me being terrified, they turned out okay. I moved them onto a plate with my green sweet and sour sauce and potatoes, and bam! All plated and ready for you to eat your feelings away. To be honest, after filming the video, I tried it and it was actually super Gucci. The pork was like a thick slab of bacon, and the sauce was a good 8 out of 10. The perfect pairing to me, a 2 out of 10. The potatoes were good too, but that was to be expected. And yeah, that's the video. I don't have a good ending, so let's end it here.